Allora ragazzi, oggi vorrei fare un riassunto del primo modulo, lezioni da 1 a 6. So today guys, I would like to have a Unit 1 summary from lessons 1 through 6. I felt that I wanted to put together a brief summary of each lesson, put it together in one video. This way we can have a look at everything we covered in Unit 1, in our first 6 lessons. I will create little snippets from each lesson. This way we can have a quick and brief overview of everything that we hopefully have learned over these past several weeks where I've been producing various lessons. So please take a look, review what you need to, repeat as necessary, and I hope you will just find this useful, and I hope you will all continue to learn Italian and just enjoy the feeling of learning this beautiful language. So, as always, vi ringrazio per essere qui con me oggi e spero che vi sia utile questo video. Grazie e ci vediamo dopo. Ciao! The Italian alphabet, 21 letters. Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. H, I, L, M, N, O, P. Q, R, S, T, U, V, Z. Now in Italian we also have 5 letters which are borrowed from foreign languages. So we have I lunga, K, W, X, and Y. In many other Romance languages, we have 2 genders that we have to deal with when we're discussing nouns. Okay, we're talking about masculine and feminine. Or in Italian we would say maschile or femminile. In general, our masculine nouns will end with an O. Our feminine nouns will end with an A. So for example, a masculine singular would be il ragazzo, the boy. Il bambino, the child. Or feminine singular noun, we would have la ragazza, la bambina, or la pizza, for example. So keep in mind that when we're discussing nouns, we have to distinguish between masculine and feminine. We have to change the O to an I for masculine nouns, and we change the A to an E in feminine nouns. So for example, if we're talking about il ragazzo, the boy, to make them plural, we add the I, we change the il to an I, and we would say I ragazzi. So the O at the end of ragazzo becomes an I. For the feminine gender, instead of saying la ragazza, we say le ragazze. So the A at the end of ragazza becomes an I.
Nomi maschili singolari e plurali. Gatto, gatti. Libro, libri. Figlio, figli. Bambino, bambini. Nomi femminili singolari e plurali. Casa, case. Penna, penne. Figlia, figlie. Porta, porte. Nomi maschili che terminano in E. Il padre, i padri. Il cellulare, i cellulari. il giornale, i giornali. Nomi femminili che terminano in e. La madre, le madri. La notte, le notti. La regione, le regioni. La stazione, le stazioni. Ricordate che per distinguere i nomi maschili o femminili è importante riconoscere l'articolo il, lo, la, i, gli, le. Il libro è sul tavolo. I libri sono sul tavolo. Il dottore lavora in ospedale. I dottori lavorano in ospedale. La tavola è rotonda. Le tavole sono rotonde. La casa è bella. Le case sono belle.
Voglio parlare dell'articolo determinativo. Today I would like to focus on the definite article of these nouns. So for example, the definite article il, which in Italian is referred to as l'articolo determinativo. Okay, these are used before masculine singular nouns and are changed to an I when the noun becomes plural. Let's look at some examples. The cat. Il gatto becomes I gatti. Next example, il bambino becomes I bambini. Il ragazzo becomes I ragazzi. Next example, the teacher. Il maestro, I maestri. The professor. Il professore, I professori. Okay, so let's look at a couple of exceptions here. For example, we may have a masculine singular noun whose plural form ends in an A. For example, these words might be derived from Latin. So let's have a look. The arm, for example. Il braccio. Okay, we do not change that to I bracci. No, this is an exception. It becomes le braccia. The finger. Il dito becomes le dita. One more. Il labbro, lips, becomes le labbra. Okay, so let's continue and look at the definite article la, used before feminine singular nouns. And when become plural, it changes to le. So let's look at some examples once again. La ragazza becomes le ragazze. La zia becomes le zie. Next example. La bambina becomes le bambine. Next. La professoressa becomes le professoresse. That's a long one. Let's try that again. La professoressa, the teacher, the professor. Le professoresse. So this example, the hand, okay, la mano, actually becomes le mani. So once again, singular, la mano. Plural, le mani. Another exception, la città. Notice the grave accent over the A. La città becomes le città. Next example, la foto becomes le foto. Okay, it's a shortened noun. Last example here is the crisis. La crisi becomes le crisi. Okay, so again, the ending doesn't change. We are going to use the definite article lo, L-O. Again, the definite article lo, used with masculine singular nouns beginning with S plus a consonant, Z, GN, and PS. The plural form of this article becomes gli, G-L-I. Lo scolaro, the pupil or student. Pluralize, it becomes gli scolari. Let's try another example. The sport versus the sports. Okay, this is an English word here adopted into Italian. Lo sport. Just like that. Lo sport becomes gli sport. Okay, next example. The student. Lo studente becomes gli studenti. Okay, let's look at words that begin with the letter Z. Okay, the uncle. Lo zio becomes gli zii. Next example, the clogs, like the wooden sandal. Okay, lo zoccolo becomes gli zoccoli. Here's one I like. The gnocchi, you know, the pasta. Singular form. Lo gnocco. Plural. Gli gnocchi. Next one. Psychiatrist. Lo psicologo. This is P-S sound. Lo psicologo becomes gli psicologi. We'll look at one more example here with Z. The word beginning in Z. Sugar. Lo zucchero becomes gli zuccheri.
S, Z, Gn. Esempio. Lo scolaro, gli scolari. Lo zoccolo, gli zoccoli. Lo gnomo, gli gnomi. Lo gnocco, gli gnocchi. La mamma ha preparato gli gnocchi. La mamma ha usato lo zoccolo, oppure la mamma ha usato gli zoccoli.
The article form L apostrophe is used with masculine or feminine nouns beginning with a vowel. So let's have a look. Let's take the word friend. Il amico is actually changed to l'amico, L apostrophe. So plural becomes gli amici. So once again, l'amico, gli amici. Chi at the end giving it that soft sound. Next example, the man. L'uomo. Pluralized, it's gli uomini. Next example, the friend, feminine. L'amica, L apostrophe, becomes le amiche. Notice the CHE sound at the end of this feminine plural version maintains the hard sound, ke. Next example, the hour or the time. So it's not la hora, okay? It becomes l'ora. And pluralized, it's le ore. Once again, l'ora, le ore. Last example here, the egg versus the eggs. L'uovo becomes le uova. So, uovo, L apostrophe, becomes le uova. Let's move on to the next section. Definite articles in front of a mass noun, such as water, coffee. Can't really put any specific quantity on it, okay? So, for example, l'acqua. L'acqua è un liquido. Water is a liquid. No specific quantity here, right? Coffee. If I want to say something like, I only drink coffee, I would use il caffè. So I would say, io bevo solo il caffè. Notice I'm putting il caffè there. I'm not saying, io bevo solo caffè. I drink only coffee. I'm adding the definite article. Io bevo solo il caffè. Another example. Patience. La pazienza. La pazienza è una virtù. Patience is a virtue. Definite articles used to make generalizations. Italians are friendly. So again, we're not saying in English the Italians are friendly, right? We're just saying in general, Italians are friendly. Friendly people. But in Italian, we put gli in front of that. So we say, gli italiani sono amichevoli. Oggi parliamo dei saluti in italiano. Today I would like to talk about greetings and salutations in the Italian language. So let's get started. Andiamo. Allora, basic Italian greetings, or I saluti. So formal greetings in Italian. Okay, good morning and good day is simply buongiorno. This is one word. Buongiorno, which means it's appropriate to use all the way through the afternoon, right up until say 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, until which time you would say buonasera. You could also say buona giornata. Okay, it becomes feminine now, feminine gender. 2 words, buona giornata. Buona giornata. Like I said earlier, once you get to maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you would start to say good evening, buonasera. Buonasera. Informal greetings. Very simply, we have 2 here. The normal ciao, C-I-A-O, which is basically hello and goodbye between friends, family, colleagues, anybody you know. Ciao. Slightly more formal, slightly more polite, yet still a casual greeting. You could say salve, S-A-L-V-E. Salve. Now saying goodbye. A little bit more on the formal side, however. To 1 or more people, you could say arrivederci. And then, of course, you finally have buonanotte, 1 word. When you're finally saying good night to someone, you say buonanotte. So 2 T's again, double consonant sound. You emphasize that a little bit more, right? Buonanotte. See you again soon. Or ci vediamo. Next part here, we could say ci vediamo presto, dopo, or domani. So it's see you soon, see you later, or see you tomorrow. Next one. Ci sentiamo, or we will hear from each other. Ci sentiamo. And then you could add presto, dopo, and domani. Or domani. So you could say ci sentiamo presto, see you soon. Ci sentiamo dopo, see you later. Or ci sentiamo domani. So if you want to say how are you to someone on a more formal side, you would simply say come sta. 2 words, come sta. Putting it together would say good morning, or good day. You could say buongiorno, come sta. Now on the informal side, using the personal pronoun tu, come stai, being the informal way of saying how are you to someone. So come stai, using the personal pronoun tu. Tu, come stai. Also a little on the informal side again. Hi, how's everything? Everything good? Ciao, tutto bene? Ciao, tutto bene? Or just, hi, how's it going? Ciao, come va? Right? Ciao, come va? So we have ciao, tutto bene, or we have ciao, come va? Andiamo. Nella lezione di oggi parleremo della pronuncia italiana dei 5 vocali. In today's lesson we'll be discussing Italian pronunciation, more specifically 5 vowels. Allora, as I mentioned before, we have 5 vowels in Italian as we have in English. So you remember A, E, I, O, U. And so in Italian we have those 5 vowels as well, except we have 2 additional vowel sounds. So in total we actually have 7 vowel sounds. We have in Italian A, E, I, O, U. So again, those are the 7 sounds. Let's start with A, as in casa, pasta, mangiare. Let's look at I, or the Italian E. We have me, M-E. Or for example, a me piace così. We have E, mio fratello e mia mamma. Mio fratello e mia mamma. It's a short sound. Verde, fede, faith. Bere. Now for the long sound. An open or wide sound. Okay, so we have bene. Come stai? Io sto bene, grazie. Festa. Party. Festa. Pesca. Fishing. Is. Lui è mio padre. He is my father. If you see the E with a grave accent over it, that will indicate an open vowel. Okay, now the I sound, or in Italian, we say I. Words like libro, finito, vino. Now we have the open or closed O sound. So for the long, or the open O sound, we have fuoco, we have olio, no, and we have cosa. Now as for the closed or narrow O sound, nome, short O sound, viso, mondo, solo. Now as for the U sound, some examples. Luna, museo, uno. That's it for the 5 vowel sounds. Allora, per la lezione di oggi vorrei parlare delle 16 consonanti. And in today's lesson, we will discuss consonants in the Italian language. So let's get into these consonants. So B, very easy to pronounce. We have examples such as bambino. La lettera C, or the letter C. Now with the letter C, we have 2 different sounds that we have to pay attention to. We have a hard sound, such as cat. We have a soft sound, such as church. So in the hard sound, when followed by A, O, or U, okay, this is the rule. So as in words like casa, con. For example, sono qui con mio amico. Okay, now the soft sound is in Italian. It's a C when followed by E or I. Okay, so for example, the words cena, cento, voce. We have a digraph in the next example here, which is 2 consonants together. CH. So it's a hard sound when it's CHI or CHE. Okay, so words like chiesa, chiedere, chi, macchina, gnocchi. Okay, also CHE, right? Like the word what? Che cosa fai, right? Che, CHE. Perché? Why? Amiche. Okay, the plural form of amica. Lettera G. Okay, with the letter G, we have various sounds. Vari suoni con la lettera G. G followed by A, O, or U, as in gatto, gamba, albergo, lunga, lingua. Il prossimo esempio, G, H. Next example, GH together has a hard sound. So GHE or GHI. Okay, we have words such as ghetto, spaghetti, ghiaccio, laghi. GH insieme, seguito per la lettera E o la lettera I. So the GH followed by the letter E or the letter I. G. Now the GI sound gives it a soft J sound, as in giro, giorno, giornale, oggi, leggere. Now let's talk about GLI. We've seen this in previous lessons, okay, where we have the word, for example, famiglia. Vediamo degli esempi concreti. Let's look at some examples with GLI. Words like meglio, better, garlic, aglio, famiglia. Okay, now we have examples with GN. Words like bagno, signora, signora, gnocchi. Let's look at the letter H, la lettera H. This is a silent sound, as in the English words air, H-E-I-R, right? So, the silent H, as in you have, the word you have in Italian, you would say I. To I, you have, H-A-I. You don't pronounce that H. They often use the word hotel, but in Italian they drop the H sound and it just sounds like hotel. Now the letter S in Italian often sounds like the English Z, or sounds like rose or nose. So we have words like casa. We have the word rosa. But in Italian, the S sound is more like the English Z. It's a softer sound, right? Casa, rosa. Let's not forget the SCE and SCI sounds. This makes it a soft sound, unlike SCHE and SCHI. This is a soft sound, such as sciare, scienza, scena, and scegliere. Adesso vediamo SCH. So let's take a look at the SCH sound. Now the SCH is sk, as in the word scarf in English. The first word is scherzo, joke. Schifo, gross. You know this word, che schifo. Schema. Finalmente vediamo la lettera Z. For the single Z sound, let's look at some examples. We have zaino, zebra, zitti, zoo. And for the double Z sound, we have azzurro, pizza, organizzare. So as always, buon apprendimento e ci vediamo presto. Grazie, ciao.